Anduril did not release a normal defense commercial. It released a warning, a dark hangar, a machine shaped like a fighter jet. No cockpit, no pilot waiting inside, just software, sensors, engines, and a new idea of power. The video is called Fight Unfair, and that title says everything. For most of modern history, military power was measured by size. The biggest aircraft, the most expensive ships, the most advanced missiles, the longest supply chains, the slowest programs with the biggest budgets. But Anduril is selling a different future. A future where the advantage does not come from one perfect machine. It comes from speed, from software, from mass production, from autonomous systems that can move, sense, and coordinate faster than a human battlefield can react. At the center of that future is a fighter aircraft called Fury. The US Air Force now knows it as YFQ-44A. But this is not a fighter jet in the traditional sense. There is no pilot climbing into the cockpit, no human body pulling G-forces, no single life inside the machine. Instead, Fury is being designed as a collaborative combat aircraft, a machine built to fly with human pilots, to scout ahead of them, to protect them, to support them, and when necessary, to take the risks humans should not have to take. That is the quiet revolution inside this video. Anduril is not just showing aircraft, it is showing a new relationship between humans and machines. Imagine a future mission. A human pilot takes off in a next-generation fighter, but they are not alone. Around them, several uncrewed aircraft move like a pack. One goes ahead to detect threats. Another carries sensors. Another draws enemy attention. Another waits silently, ready to strike. The human still commands, but the battlefield around them is no longer limited by one aircraft, one pilot, or one pair of human eyes. It becomes a network. And that is where Anduril's real weapon may not be the aircraft itself. It may be Lattice, the software layer behind the machines. A system designed to connect sensors, drones, aircraft, and operators into one fast-moving battlefield brain. In the old world, information moved slowly. A sensor saw something, a person interpreted it, a command was passed, a decision was made, a weapon was launched. Every step took time. But in the world Anduril is building, those steps begin to collapse. Sensors become decisions. Decisions become movement. Movement becomes action. That is what Fight Unfair is really trying to communicate. Not brute force, not bigger explosions, but an unfair advantage in speed, awareness, and coordination. This is why Silicon Valley is moving deeper into defense. Anduril does not want to behave like an old defense contractor. It wants to behave like a technology company that builds weapons. Fast iteration, heavy software, autonomous systems, factories built for scale. A belief that future wars will be decided not only by steel, but by code. But this future comes with a shadow, because the more capable these systems become, the harder the questions get. How much should a machine be allowed to decide? Where does human control begin? Where does it end? And if one nation builds autonomous aircraft at scale, can any rival afford not to follow? That is the uncomfortable truth behind the cinematic footage. Fight Unfair is not just branding, it is a doctrine. It is the belief that the next advantage in war will not belong to the side with the most expensive machine. It will belong to the side that can connect thousands of cheaper, smarter, faster machines into one coordinated force. Anduril is not simply asking us to look at a drone. It is asking us to look at the future shape of power. A future where the pilot is still human, but the sky around them is filled with machines.